This drama between lawyer Deji Adeyanju and former presidential candidates wey dey call Peter Obi, my people no be small thing o. The earlier we all realize that if we want to move forward in this our country called Nigeria, we just need to look outside the box, comot ethnicity, comot religion inside matter if we really want make Nigeria go forward, because virtually all the things wey dey bring us back for this our country na this person is not from my side, so I will not vote for this person. This person is not from here, I will not do this. No be small thing o, my people. A lot of things were said, a lot of secrets was exposed inside this very video wey una wan watch so. Make I no come dey explain am for una, make una use una ear hear am, make e no be like say na me come dey add maggi and salt for inside. Make we gather, make we lis ten to am, guys.
We didn't really care whether Shehu Shagari was an Hausa Fulani, Nnamdi Azikiwe. He made inroads in some states, just like that. We voted, as the case may be, but today it is not like that. Now we are profiling where the man is from. A lot of people are against Peter Obi today, not because they don't like him, but because of his ethnic origin. A lot of people do not want the Peter Obis of this world to come president of Nigeria, not because of the fact that they know he's not qualified, they know he's qualified, but because of the fact that he's from a particular stock, ethnic stock. That is the politics we find ourselves. That is why you find out that even when we are talking, they will say that we are supporting him because he's from our side. I've asked people, I am not an Igbo man. Peter Obi, I know that a lot of people who are supporting him are not from the Igbo, whatever stock, as the case may be. But today they profile him. So this ethno-religious irredentism and profiling of candidates is what happens. Now, the second one is this, and why I say Nigeria is going to a country is this. There was a skirmish that happened 2 days ago somewhere in the markets around Lagos. News went and said, a particular Igbo man, Yoruba, that kind of a thing. They were having issues. People were profiling it on ethnic basis. A nation that is not a geographical expression cannot do like that. A nation state that has come to stay with the jugulars, the indices of a nation state and nationhood cannot. Nobody will profile you to say this is where the man is from before you take your action. No. A nation state, if Nigeria is not a geographical expression, why should I state my state of origin when I'm applying for a job somewhere? Why should my children who are born in Port Harcourt, River State, begin to say that they cannot get a permit, they cannot contest election in that particular state? Why should they? My child wants to go into the university, ask me which state is you are from, your father is from. He says he's from Edo State. It's okay. The school fees is higher than the one or the indigene that is there. That is not a nation state. So Nigeria, if they say it's a geographical expression, in my opinion, I believe so. And what does that mean in geography? It means that things can be scrabbled and rescrabbled and put together. So Nigeria has not been in that particular state that we really want Nigeria to be as a nation. If Nigeria were to be a nation state, I speak to you today that in one voice and unison, nobody needs to debate, but we have asked who is the best candidate and we thumbprint for that particular candidate. And in my own opinion, we all know who that candidate is.
Thank you very much.
It is well stated there. In prose language, it's not written in Greek. It's well written there, prose, sweet. He said, happiness of Nigerians. Nigerians are not happy. The reasons are not far-fetched. Why? The economic holocaust is biting hard. The economic vindictiveness has taken out the middleman from the particular strata of living. That is why we're having this, number one. If you begin to talk about a situation where the average Nigerian man cannot buy a basin of garri, the average Nigerian man cannot buy a mudu of beans with 1,000 naira and cook, then even if you are doing, voodoo type economics, as I described this, it means that what you are doing is your economic whatever is, favoring what the plutocrats and those at the top of, the leadership ladder, because they are not complaining. So what kind of magic are you, Professor Pella, that you put in a pigeon inside a box and you now bring down a human being? That is what they are doing. That's why I call it voodoo type economics, as the case may be. Because all the things you have said here do not favor the people that you are serving. The World Bank and the IMF and even Okonjo-Iweala came the other day. Those who are monitoring and prescribing for Nigeria how to govern the state economically. The woman even came and said, yes, all these things are factors, they are very good ones. But please, Mr. President, what you need to do now is to make sure that this thing trickle down so that there will be money in the pockets of Nigerian people, which means there's a structural defect and default in the economics, whatever its case may be. I am not saying the president has not tried. For those who know him, they said he's doing very well. But doing very well is this. If you play your football very well, you don't score. When you go back home and you lose that game, what is going to happen? Your coach will blame you and say, you dribbled too much. That was why you couldn't score a goal. Is it not so? Your fans will say, oh, we don't want this kind of aesthetic and beautiful football. Why have you not scored a goal? That is what the administration is doing.
Okay.
This is a country that has everything under the earth, even more than what some other countries who are greater than Nigeria, do not have. But the country has not been able to find its feet, as the case may be. Before Mazuri, Nnamdi Azikiwe described Nigeria in the time of NPP, when he was the presidential candidate of NPP. He described this country as he was campaigning as a giant of Africa with distended stomach and walking on spindle legs. That is Nnamdi Azikiwe. That was when he was campaigning, 1990s, in the 80s. Then, in that same 80s, there is a particular man whose name is Alhaji Umaru Dikko. Umaru Dikko, when he was confronted with the high cost of living and the palpable anguish, squalor, subjugating, poverty, lobotomizing, poverty, as it were as at that time, and what the government of the day should do as at that time. He told Nigerians that until and unless he began to see Nigeria eating from the dustbin,
okay,
then he will not know that Nigeria is really on that poverty-stricken, level, and that things are hard. And in that same time, a particular communication minister, when people were complaining that we cannot communicate, we cannot even buy for audio reach of people, he made it very openly and said that telephone is not for the poor.
But Barrister,
I hate
to button at this.
Yes, I hate
to button because the same man, the same communications minister, that said Nigeria,
right,
is the one that says I want to rescue Nigeria.
Absolutely.
Talking about David Mark.
Absolutely. That's what I want to mention his name.
Okay, beautiful.
You understand?
Beautiful.
And I say that telephone is not an object, or it's not a toy for the poor. As at that time, people were complaining high cost of living. Then you find that the late Gani Farotomi came up also and was weeping on national television on high cost of living. Now, coming to Peter Obi quickly, I am very, very happy that he was very objective. He said this is as a result of cumulative leadership failure. He didn't say it is the Tinubu administration so that they don't get him wrong, so that they don't get us wrong.
Tinubu wasn't even in government.
Yeah, he said, Peter Obi said that it is as a result of cumulative leadership failure. You understand? So the asphyxiation and, the political plutocrats that have held Nigeria by its jugular vein have been the ones still in government today. And that is what Peter Obi is now saying. That instead of us getting better, we are getting worse, as the case may be. So I would say it's a modern day, prophet. It just added to what other prophets saw. And I'm very sure that a man like Nostradamus couldn't have even pretended Nigeria, because Nigeria was an big country that you cannot describe. It is shapeless at times. It comes to shape just the way it is. So these are things that are not far-reaching consequences. Peter Obi is spot on. We all know. Nobody needs nobody to tell me that right now the average Nigerian man is suffering in squalor. Let me tell you for an example. As a lawyer, I have met clients in about 2 weeks from now, or 2 weeks backwards. About 3 of them came. They were being pursued by these loan companies, online, whatever they call them. When you ask them, why did you take loan? They say they borrowed to eat. They're not borrowing to do business, but borrowing to now feed their families. And you ask them they'll think that, look, the way things are, it's like we are living in a forgotten enclave. That it's like we are no citizens of a particular country. Nobody comes to empathize, sympathize. Nobody comes to even say that, oh, so we are going to do this to bring down this particular harsh economic effects that this are, having on Nigerians. So these are the problems we have. Okay. So it is not. Right. It is spot on.
Okay, so what Obi has there's a description you made now about Peter Obi, and that reminds me about our own sage, late Pa Obafemi Awolowo. Yes. At a point, Emeka Ojukwu, you also know Emeka
Absolutely,
Ojukwu, one of Africa's best. No matter the kind of designation we give him.
Absolutely.
One of Africa's best.
Absolutely,
at the time he came in. Yes. At the time he came up. He once described Pa Obafemi Awolowo as, you know what Awolowo represents for the West?
Absolutely.
You know what he did in Western Nigeria? Yes. At that point, Emeka said, look, Awolowo is the best president that Nigeria never had.
Absolutely.
Will it get to a point? Do you see a situation where, because of the systemic capture in Nigeria, the capture of the system, will it get to a point where Obi will have maybe described as one of the best presidents that Nigeria never had?
The way it is going, even Awolowo, that same period of time, said when he lost that election and he went to the Supreme Court and this 12 to 3rd, whatever came up, the mathematical, whatever that came up, he said that he has found out that in Nigeria, the best candidates do not win elections. And that is what bothers me right now, because if you look at what is going on, I'm not saying that the other candidates are not good. Those who contested the 2023, general elections, all of them are eminently qualified by constitutional provisions, requisites, and prerequisites. I'm sorry, that they are qualified, as the case may be. But what we are saying is that we need to select the best out of the rest. And in this instance, we who voted for Peter Obi felt that the man has a better credential, economic, political, etc. as the case may be. He has a better credential as a leader that is empathic and sympathetic to the cause of the ordinary Nigerians. We felt that too, that Peter Obi has the solutions, to at least, if not 100% of our problems, at least part of it. The third reason why we also saw Peter Obi as, a new Nigeria, a breath of fresh air, was because of the fact that there was palpable tension in the air. Okay. People were saying this particular APC regime or whatever, PDP, etc. To the extent that tension would have been doused if a man like Peter Obi had even come in. By his presence alone, and by his world-renowned records and knowledge and acceptance at that time, the moment he gets into power, world leaders will begin to flood Nigeria. And you see that a lot of things will go down. It will give Nigerians that hope, that a new hope has come. Because we now see that the narrative has been broken. So a new man is now coming to now ride on that particular narrative to give us a better Nigeria. That is why
I like us to go back a bit in history, because we talked about Obafemi Awolowo, our own sage. And Obafemi Awolowo wrote a book in 1947, The Voice of Reason. Yes. And in that book, he said something that is quite instructive. After 70 years of that comment that he made, Babangida reinforced that statement. In 1947, Awolowo said that Nigeria is a mere geographic expression. And 70 years after that, Ibrahim Babangida, then president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, military president, said, look, Nigeria is a mere geographic expression. Barrister, I would like for you to take a few minutes, to interrogate that statement. Up until this point, do you still see Nigeria as a mere geographic expression in terms of our unity? How have you been able to build a nation of multi-ethnic people?
Yes, I still believe that Nigeria is a mere geographic expression. As used by those, great men of Nigeria, origin. Why am I saying that? This ethno-religious redentism. You see, let me start with the ethnic, profiling. Now, Nigeria that I grew up never profiled people by way of ethnicity.
Okay.
In the mid-70s, 80s, when I was growing up, when I was, in secondary school, etc., we never cared where anybody came from. There was this particular, even though the Civil War was just how many years, but we saw Nigerians as one person. My father, house, people who don't even know till tomorrow. If you go to my village, there are people of Igbo extraction, Yoruba extraction, that they are indigenous there. They go to farm with us, they do everything. These same Fulani people today, or those Fulani Marudas, who they call Fulani Maribas, as case may be, these same Fulani people today, in my village, we had camps. When we see them with their cattle and we are in our farm, we joyfully run to them. They give us Fura Duneno, and let's give them yam and the corn, as the case may be. In the quarters in my place, it's what we call Zongo. They call it Zongo because that's where you see Hausa Fulanis, inhabitants. Tomorrow they are still there. But that particular Nigeria is no longer in existence. Now, as it is, look at religion. I grew up also in an environment where the Muslims, if they are doing their salah, we share meat to go and give our Christians. The first people we remember are the Christian brothers. My mother will package whatever food and say, take to, Mama BC's house, so go and give. When it's Christmas time, we wait with bated breath, with our mouth, salivating. That, Mama Ijoma will soon bring a bowl of rice and chicken for us to eat. You understand the point now? And before the next 30 minutes, the woman will come. We eat with pleasure. Okay. As the case may be. That was when Nigeria was culture in my own whatever as the case may be. Look at it also as the case may be now. As at that time, we didn't really care whether Shagari was an Hausa Fulani, Nabda way. He made inroads in some states, just like that. We voted as the case may be, but today it is not like that. Now we are profiling where the man is from. A lot of people are against P2B today, not because they don't like him, but because of his ethnic origin. A lot of people do not want the P2Bs of this world to come president of Nigeria, not because of the fact that they know he's not qualified, they know he's qualified, but because of the fact that he's from a particular stock, ethnic stock. That is the politics we find ourselves. That is why you find that even when we are talking, they will say that we are supporting him because he's from us. Ask people, I am not an Igbo man. P2B, I know that a lot of people who are supporting him are not from the Igbo, whatever stock, as the case may be. But today they profile him. So this ethno-religious identity and profiling of candidates is what happens. Now, the second one is this, and why I say Nigeria is going to a country is this. There was a scam that happened 2 days ago somewhere in the markets around Lagos. News went and said, a particular Igbo man, Yoruba, that kind of a thing. They were having issues. People were profiling it on ethnic basis. A nation that is not a geographical expression cannot do like that. A nation state that has come to stay with the jugulars, the indices of a nation state and nationhood cannot. Nobody will profile to say this is where the man is from before you take your action. No. A nation state, if Nigeria is not a geographical expression, why should I state my state of origin when I'm applying for a job somewhere? Why should my children who are born in Port Harcourt, River State begin to say that they cannot get a permit, they cannot contest election in that particular state? Why should they? My child wants to go into the university, ask me which state is you are from, your father is from. He says he's from Edo State. It's okay. The school fees is higher than the one of the indigenous that is there. That is not a nation state. So Nigeria, if they say it's a geographical expression, in my opinion, I believe so. And what does that mean in geography? It means that things can be scrambled and and put together. So Nigeria has not been in that particular state that we really want Nigeria to be as a nation. If Nigeria were to be a nation state, I speak to you today that in one voice and unison, nobody needs to debate, but we have asked who is the best candidate and we turn pray for that particular candidate. And in my own opinion, we all know who that candidate is.
Thank you very much, Barrister. Now, I'd like for us to walk back to what we're talking about, what Obi predicted in 2021. And looks like those predictions are coming to pass. Now, I'd like for us to interrogate the economic policies of this administration. Fuel subsidy, foreign exchange unification, local government autonomy, tax reforms. And a lot of non-partisan Nigerians believe that the president is headed in the right direction, even if the gains are not manifest at the moment. As a lawyer, politician, and a Nigerian, what do you see? I would like for you to, talk about what you see in the president's economic policies, the economic direction he's taking. Do you think that we are in the right direction? Is it a matter of implementation? Is it a matter of faulty policies or what? What do you think? What do you see?
You see, my own, take. I will not pretend like a particular candidate that said he's not an economist, so he cannot talk about economic things as the case may be. He has special advisors that will talk about it. Let me tell you, from the elementary economics, whatever that we know about as the case may be, is this: if a president and his team do not have direction, then there's a problem. Now, the direction I'm talking about is that, chapter 2 of the 1999 Constitution, I always refer to it. Me, I'm not a politician, but I will tell you that I know what chapter 2 says from that chapter 13, there's section 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That is what we call the economic policies of, you have what they call political policy, then you now have economic policy. Now we're talking about the economic policy of where Nigeria as a nation. And the economic policy is talking about starts from section 14 sub 2b. It says the welfare and security, the welfare encompasses a lot of things, shall be the fulcrum on which your governance or whatever rests. Is it not so? Then you now go down to Section 16. That talks about the real economy now, economy of whatever. As a governor, as a president, that if Section 63 also says that if you are a president of Nigeria, Mr. President, we love you so much. Mr. Governor, we love you so much. That you must manage and tinker with the economy to the happiness of Nigerians. It is well stated there. In prose language, it's not written in Greek. It's well written there, prose, sweet. He said, happiness of Nigerians. Nigerians are not happy. The reasons are not far-fetched. Why? The economic holocaust is biting hard. The economic vindictiveness has taken out the middleman from the particular strata of living. That is why we're having this, number one. If you begin to talk about a situation where the average Nigerian man cannot buy a basin of gari, the average Nigerian man cannot buy a mudu of beans with 1,000 naira and cook, then even if you are doing, voodoo type economics, as I described this, it means that what you are doing is your economic whatever is, favoring what the plutocrats and those at the top of, the leadership ladder, because they are not complaining. So what kind of magic are you, Professor Pella, that you put in?
APC government, APC supporters, President Tinubu, APC government, we need to be honest with ourselves and make una answer these questions. The way and manner with which Nigeria they go, this direction that this country is headed under your leadership, are you people sure say Nigeria can survive another 4-8 years under this kind of leadership and movement? The way where Nigeria they go under your watch. Because unfortunately today, anybody will complain or criticize government, it is either seen through ethnic or tribal or religious lens. Now because you no like government or it's not from your tribe. APC government, President Tinubu travel go Brazil. He go make statements. He say corruption since in government come, there is no more corruption. President Tinubu, the greatest deceit a person fit do to himself is self-deceit. You can deceive people outside, you can deceive other people, but once you begin to tell yourself lie, it then means it is the beginning of the end. Because even from global corruption index, Nigeria even moved up to number 140 out of 180 nations. But President Tinubu, chapter 2 of the Constitution of Nigeria, they clear that security and welfare of the people will be the primary responsibility of government. APC government, share una true they evaluate the welfare of Nigerians and security under your administration. Because even recently, the level of videos and barbarism and horrific issues where they go on for this country, person go they wonder whether there is a government in Nigeria. About a week ago, a mosque for Katsina there was attack on it. Initial reports say 13 people were killed. They later confirmed say the number rise to 32, later rise to 50. They watch Al Jazeera interview reports. They were interviewing the bandits. That is the bandits, not be said that they hide, they know them. Up to the extent where a community leader come talk, say the thing don't they so bad, where be say the government don't even know the community which ones they support bandits or which one they support government, because the current government know they negotiate with the bandits like the former government been they do. That is apart from other incidents where they go on across other parts of the country. It don't reach the point where from southeast you go see videos where people go say that they caution members of their team or waiting, somebody will shoot and execute people live on camera and post it on social media. I don't know Nigerians. So this country, Nigeria, may God help all of us. So may we help ourselves. Few days ago, train where they come from Kaduna to Abuja, they say the team derailed from the track. Reports don't they come of how, since that attack of 2022 under Buhari where terrorists kidnap, kill some people, how criminal elements they try to vandalize those rail tracks. Is it that Nigeria has lost the capacity to protect even public infrastructure? Recently, not I think yesterday, look at the fights where happened for Mandilas for Lagos. That is, at every given opportunity, there is so much hopelessness and anger. Nigerians have become so volatile. Say any little thing, you go here, say person kill person, person beat, person strip. Nigerian government is, what exactly is going on? President Tinubu, if the people where they around you know they tell you truth, things are not well in Nigeria. The way Nigeria they head is not the right direction. This, what you people are providing for Nigeria, is the textbook definition of how not to govern a country. We cannot have this level of instability, insecurity, corruption, and you are expecting foreign investment to come in, to come and stay where? For God's sake. If you talk now, tomorrow they go say, as my name maybe not sound like a Yoruba name, some APC supporters go say, it is because you are against the president. What is my business with the president? Just do the job that you need to do. Protect life and property. Let people live in peace and prosperity. And the Lord be with you. Waiting concern me with your name. Tomorrow, if you talk, they go say, no be today the thing starts. PDP do 16 years of PDP. If Tinubu finish his first term, it will be 12 years of APC. If he gets second term, it will be 16 years of APC. So because PDP, according to you, destroy country for 16 years, you need your own 16 years to destroy wetin remain before we can stop the bleeding and begin to heal this country and rebuild. Unfortunately, we live in a country where Nigerians don't even understand the depth of the problem where we dey. Government, who exactly is benefiting from insecurity in Nigeria? Share insecurity don't become economic investment where the more money where government puts, the more the insecurity they rise. Unfortunately, Nigerians like social media drama. We do not know. My prayer be say make Nigeria not happen to any of us before we decide to face and tackle the root cause of this problem. Because for me, I will just continue to do my best. I hope that we are able to fix this system. And by 2027, may Nigerians get something that can look like free and fair elections and begin to build governance on it. Because what we have today, Nigeria almost exists so that other countries can learn how not to govern a country. May God help Nigerians. Omar Shehu, APC, be truthful to yourself. Is this country headed in the right direction?
I don't know if I'm the only one, or curiosity make me ask. How many Igbo politicians, key politicians, governors, ex-governors, have openly supported P2B in his quest to be a president of Nigeria? Please quote me wrong. Let somebody comment, so and so person, with a video link in the comment section. Our politicians are most selfish and self-centered politicians we have in the world, everywhere in the world. They can never. They rather support Buhari. They rather support Tinubu than to support their own. Nobody, none. We are even saying that we have not had a chance of being a president since democracy. But none of our politicians, governors, ex-governors, have openly supported their own brother. Please, listen to this ex-governor, Ojuzokalo. Please listen.
Am I going to campaign for another presidential candidate? The answer is no. So, for me, they are talking real bullshit. They can go to Atlantic Ocean and jump in.
Do you hear him supporting Tinubu instead of P2B? The next video I'm going to show you is Governor of Anambra State talking against his own brother. Please, listen.
How can anybody with brain, you think you are talking to fools? You come to people and say, I will do only one term. Any politician who said that must be sent to a psychiatric home. Because the person must have some mental problem. When the Constitution allows you to stay up to 8 years, they come and tell us, I'm going to spend one term. Tell us where it has ever happened. Who? Ana kolom nkwa na ekwe nwanyị. Bo. Nkwa na ekwe nwanyị. Bo. Nga watch ngote ya ba. Ga watch ngote ya ba. If I kava na ekwe nkwa. Anybody who is saying I'm going to do one term needs a psychiatric examination, because you are taking everybody else to be fooling, to be a fool.
You have seen it, you have heard it. This is your so-called professor. You cannot be your brother's keeper. Igbos, nto. You cannot support your own brother because of your selfish interest. You cannot support your brother because of your own self-centeredness. None of them have openly show their support to their own brother. In our presence during the election, during the campaign, Tinubu was seen with governor of Lagos State, carrying his bag like a boy, openly supporting him, whether he fail or no, he doesn't care. From the northern part of Nigeria, they can never give another person a chance rather than their brother. They can never defend you. even though their brother is spying everybody, they will defend their brother than you. But in Igbo land, we sell our own brother. We disgrace our own person in the presence of the world. We give away our religion. We disgrace ourselves. If Peter B is not a nice person, they don't even have anything to hold against him. That is why that man is surviving, and that's why he will survive. Whether he becomes the president or not, he is not pressured. By the way, since he left office, he's still giving people millions of naira. He's still giving out money. And he's not collecting it from the government. So he is far better than you, whether you like it or not. Your envy, your wickedness, your greediness will never allow you to support your own brother. When people are saying A, you are saying C. I am so much ashamed of the politicians we are bringing from the eastern part of Nigeria. Very money-mongered, very shameless people that are representing us. I cannot defend their own brother in the public. Talk nonsense on the national television against his own brother. Shame on all of you. They say Igbos don't love themselves. Other people are showing their support from the other region, but our own people have insisted they're not going to support their own brother. Shame on you. What is your evidence? What is the reason why you not support your own brother? Is he not competent? Is he not capable? Is he not doing the right thing? Why are other regions supporting him and we are not? If you are not wicked from the day you are born, if you are not raised from the family of wickedness, how come a reasonable person, no matter who you are in the politics, will not support a better candidate because of what you are gaining from Tinubu? God will disgrace all of you. Peter Obi will merge, and even though he didn't merge, his record is unbeatable. Go and beat such a record if you have sense. Because you cannot. That's why your envy keep growing. Shame on all of you. Igbo politician, pah! Set of nuisance. Answering big name, doctor, professor, nothing. Nothing to show for it. Nothing reasonable. Shame on all of you. Peter Obi is better than all of you that are bittered, and will continue to be better than all of you and your generation. Pah! You guys are all disgrace to the eastern region.
I think it is time for us to all come together, stand in one voice for a betterment of Nigeria and not this wah. Or guys, wetin una think? Make una come, make we interact via the comment section. Give the video a massive thumbs up. I still remain your humble girl, Rekis. Na me dey bring una latest.